What's good, y'all? See more, and today we're gonna be talking about the Justice League and Flashpoint movies. So if you guys don't already know, Justice League is a new movie getting ready to drop in November, and it's gonna be the latest movie in the DCEU line of movies. So in this movie, it's basically going to be about the Justice League forming together and taking on Steppenwolf. And if y'all don't know, Steppenwolf is a very powerful villain in the DC lore. He worked with Darkseid and he's incredibly powerful. He can control the parademons and he can use boom tubes just like Darkseid. So he in this movie is coming to Earth to take it over, because in the recent trailer that was dropped some weeks ago at San Diego Comic-Con, he talks about how there's no protectors, no Kryptonians, no lanterns. So basically he's trying to take over a world that's vulnerable, which he doesn't know that the Justice League is on this Earth. So in this movie, the Justice League is not going to be the Justice League from the show. It's not going to be Justice League from like any of the cartoons. It's basically Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, The Flash, and Aquaman. More than likely Superman, because at the end of Batman v Superman, we saw him that he's still alive because he practically can't die because he's powered by the sun. So he just goes on to like a long sleep, I guess you could call it. But you know, we know that Superman's not dead, so more than likely he's gonna be in this movie. So the trailers though look really nice, so I definitely recommend watching those trailers. The recent trailer though, to me, there were certain aspects, because I think I'm kind of nitpicking a little bit, that didn't really make much sense to me. Like for one thing that really didn't make any sense to me, which is gonna lead me into my next point, is the Flash lightning. For one, because I'm a huge Flash fan. I don't know why in this movie he has blue lightning, because the Flash that I've known has always had yellow and / orange lightning. I've never known for him to have red. I've never known for him to have blue. So I guess, in my opinion, the reason why they're giving the Flash blue lightning is, I guess, to differ him from his DC TV counterpart, which wouldn't make complete sense, because never in the comic books have I ever known for the Flash to have blue lightning, ever, unless he was a Blue Lantern, which of course he's a Blue Lantern, so he's gonna have blue lightning. So I don't know why in the movie he has blue lightning, because I know that on a lightning scale, because there's actually a lightning scale based on speedsters, red is the slowest for all speedsters, yellow and orange is like the moderate speed, the average speed for a speedster, and then blue is like the fastest speedster. And speedsters that I've known to have blue, which is from the DC TV show The Flash, are Zoom and Savitar, which is technically speaking future Barry Allen, the Time Remnant, but I'm not gonna get into all that. So yeah, those are the only two species I've known to have blue lightning. So I'm quite confused on why he has blue lightning. I wish he had yellow and orange, but I'm hoping that they explain that and develop his character, because soon, if you guys do not know as well, he's gonna have his own standalone movie, and his own standalone movie is going to be Flashpoint. And for all of you who don't know, Flashpoint is a huge arc in the DC lore. It's huge. It's set up one of the biggest runs of DC Comics called the New 52. And the Flashpoint paradox, or Flashpoint, is when Barry Allen goes back in time to save his mother, which ends up causing some very catastrophic events to Earth. So because you have Wonder Woman and Aquaman who go into this global war, you have Cyborg trying to set up a Justice League-like team to fight Aquaman and Wonder Woman and end the war before they destroy the world. You have Batman, who isn't Bruce Wayne. In this timeline, it's Thomas Wayne, because Bruce Wayne is the one who gets shot. Thomas Wayne becomes the Batman, and you have Martha Wayne, who ends up becoming the Joker because of the fact that his son died. That's what drove her insane. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, that's fine and dandy, but having a Flashpoint movie this early, I can't really say that I'm behind that, because here's the thing, right? Having a Flashpoint movie, they would have to put so much into the Flashpoint movie, unless they put some into the Justice League movie, where how the Flash gets his powers, who Eobard Thawne is, who Iris West is, who his mom is, who Henry Allen is, things like that. Certain aspects of the Flash's character, you need 1 or 2 movies to explain that. Because here's my idea, right? The first Flash movie, right? You have the Flash get his powers and like develop into a Flash character. Like this happens before the Justice League movie, kind of like how Wonder Woman happened before Dawn of Justice. So you have the Flash, his own standalone movie happened before the Justice League, and explain how he got his powers, how he's a how he works at the CCPD, how he's a criminal investigator and all this stuff. Explain who Barry Allen is before you just throw in the Flash on top of that. Explain who Barry Allen is, develop him as a character, and then develop the Flash as a character. Because if you just develop the Flash and you don't develop Barry Allen, there's no point in having a Flashpoint movie. So they need to take at least 1 or 2 movies to explain. Like the first movie could be how he got his powers, and explaining where he got his powers from, explaining what the Speed Force is, explaining how long he's had his powers, explaining why he has yellow orange light, and things like that, where he gets his suit, all this, explaining who Iris West is. And then in the second movie, you could possibly introduce Reverse Flash, who is also a huge part of the Flashpoint story arc, because in the Flashpoint story arc, Barry Allen blames Eobard Thawne, who is Reverse Flash, for destroying this world and creating this alternate timeline, when it was really him who did it. So you could take a second movie and explain who Eobard Thawne is, and explain the Flash, and explain how long they've been battling, how long they've been fighting, and they can fight in that big movie. And then the ending could be like a cliffhanger setting up the Flashpoint. That's what I think they should. The Flash should have his own trilogy, and I think so. He shouldn't just have one just Flashpoint Paradox movie, because first of all, I feel like it's too early to have a Flashpoint movie. And here's why. I'll give you 3 reasons why. For one, I feel like it's slightly lazy on DC's part, because Flashpoint basically reboot all of the DC lore. So I feel like this is kind of DC's way of saying, oh hey fans, we're sorry for creating trash movies like Suicide Squad and Dawn of Justice. Here's our way to apologize. We're gonna reset the characters, and now you're gonna have movies about them all over again. That's kind of lazy to me, just a little bit. Right now, having a Flashpoint movie is just not right. My second reason is because, like I said earlier, they haven't developed the Flash character enough for me to care about a Flashpoint movie yet. So they need, if they're going to set up a Flashpoint movie, they need to have the Flash constantly on, well not constantly, but kind of sort of like the main character in the Justice League movie. If Flashpoint is truly going to be his standalone movie, they need to have him being basically one of the main characters in the Justice League movie. Because if they don't have that, then having a Flashpoint movie right now wouldn't make any sense. My third reason, Eobard Thawne has not been introduced. Eobard Thawne has not been introduced. They haven't truly shown Eobard Thawne. We don't even know if Eobard Thawne exists in DCEU. So we don't know what the Flash's vendetta would be for Flashpoint, you know? There wouldn't be a specific reason of why he's even going back in time, you know? Because for a casual fan of comics who watches like the DC TV shows and like reads the comics, you know, off and on, the only Flashpoint they're gonna know is the Flashpoint from the Flash show, which was booty cheeks awful, bro. That one was terrible. I watched it and it was bad. I do not recommend watching it. It's trash. So basically, in that show, they forced Flashpoint into one episode. Like all of Flashpoint, they threw into episode 1 of the 3rd season, which I thought was stupid. So you can't do that with Flashpoint in a movie. You need to at least break out Flashpoint into 2 or 3 parts, or like I said before, have a trilogy of Flash movies where you set up who he is in the first movie, have him fight Eobard Thawne in the second movie, leave a cliffhanger where I don't know, Eobard taunts Barry, or Barry goes back in time to save his mom, and then in the 3rd movie, which is going to be Flashpoint, that's when you know, talk about the Flashpoint story arc and develop Barry Allen's character and things of that nature. Because I just don't think if you release a Flashpoint movie this early, it will not do well. I can't help but think that. That's because the DC TV show didn't do well, so I'm sure people are wondering, oh, will the movie do it well? That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you guys believe would be the best way to put a Flashpoint movie into the DCEU. Tell me what you guys' favorite story arc is from DC. What's your favorite DCEU movie? Is it Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman? You know, communicate with your boy. You know, I will leave my social media links up here so you guys can hit me up, and don't forget to subscribe, and always come back for more.